In the heart of a small, secluded village stood an old, decrepit mansion known as Whispering Manor. Its dark, looming silhouette cast a shadow over the surrounding landscape, and whispers of its haunted past echoed through the town's folklore. Legend had it that Whispering Manor was once the grand estate of the wealthy Blackwood family. However, tragedy befell the family one fateful night when a mysterious fire consumed the mansion, claiming the lives of Lord and Lady Blackwood along with their 2 young children. Since that tragic event, the mansion had remained abandoned, its halls filled with ghostly whispers and eerie shadows. Years passed, and the village grew accustomed to the eerie presence of Whispering Manor. Most avoided it, believing it to be cursed, but there were always those brave or foolish enough to explore its haunted halls. One autumn evening, a group of adventurous teenagers dared each other to spend the night in Whispering Manor, drawn by the thrill of the unknown. Armed with flashlights and nerves of steel, they ventured into the darkened corridors, their laughter echoing off the crumbling walls. As the night wore on, strange occurrences began to unfold. Doors slammed shut on their own, and cold drafts swept through the halls, chilling them to the bone. Whispers filled the air, unintelligible yet unmistakably ominous. Despite their growing unease, the teenagers pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries of Whispering Manor. They delved deeper into its depths, uncovering hidden passages and forgotten chambers, each more haunting than the last. But as the hours passed, their bravado waned, replaced by a creeping sense of dread. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of their vision, and the whispers grew louder, taunting and mocking their every move. In the dead of night, they stumbled upon a locked door at the end of a long, winding corridor. With trembling hands, they forced it open, revealing a hidden chamber bathed in an otherworldly glow. In its center stood a portrait of the Blackwood family, their eyes seeming to follow the intruders with a malevolent gaze. Suddenly, a piercing scream shattered the silence, echoing through the mansion like a death knell. Panicked, the teenagers fled, their hearts pounding with fear as they raced towards the exit. As they burst out into the cool night air, they swore never to return to Whispering Manor again. But deep down, they knew that the echoes of that night would haunt them forever, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within the old, abandoned mansion. And Whispering Manor remained, its secrets locked away within its walls, waiting for the next foolhardy soul to brave its haunted halls. Years passed, and the tale of the teenagers' harrowing night in Whispering Manor became just another story whispered around campfires on dark nights. The mansion itself stood as a silent sentinel, its windows like vacant eyes peering out into the world. But the village continued to change around it. New generations grew up, and old legends faded into obscurity. Yet, despite the passage of time, Whispering Manor remained untouched, a relic of the past that refused to be forgotten. Then, one summer, a young woman named Emily returned to the village after years of living abroad. Drawn by memories of her childhood and a sense of curiosity she couldn't shake, Emily found herself irresistibly drawn to the abandoned mansion that had always loomed large in her imagination. Armed with nothing but her courage and a determination to uncover the truth, Emily ventured into Whispering Manor, the echoes of her footsteps the only sound in the silent halls. As she explored its labyrinthine corridors, she felt a strange sense of familiarity, as though she had been here before in another life. But as Emily delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, she soon realized that some mysteries were best left undisturbed. Shadows seemed to coil around her, whispering dark secrets and half-truths that sent shivers down her spine. Yet, Emily pressed on, driven by a stubborn curiosity that refused to be quenched. She discovered hidden passageways and forgotten chambers, each more eerie than the last, until she found herself standing before the same locked door that had terrified the teenagers years before. With trembling hands, Emily forced it open, revealing the hidden chamber beyond. But instead of the malevolent glow she expected, she found only darkness, a yawning abyss that seemed to swallow the very light around it. Suddenly, a voice spoke from the shadows, ancient and filled with a terrible longing. It spoke of betrayal and loss, of a family torn apart by secrets too dark to bear. Terrified yet strangely compelled, Emily listened as the voice recounted the tragic tale of the Blackwood family, their lives intertwined with the very walls of Whispering Manor itself. And in that moment, she realized that the mansion was not haunted by ghosts, but by memories too painful to be forgotten. With a heavy heart, Emily fled from Whispering Manor, the weight of its secrets pressing down upon her like a suffocating blanket. But as she stepped out into the cool night air, she knew that she would never truly escape its grasp. For Whispering Manor was more than just a haunted house, it was a testament to the power of the past, a reminder that some sins could never be forgiven, and some wounds could never fully heal. And as long as it stood, its whispered secrets would echo through the ages, a haunting refrain that would never be silenced. In the days that followed Emily's encounter with the dark secrets of Whispering Manor, she found herself haunted by the memories of that fateful night. The whispers that had once seemed so distant now echoed in her dreams, twisting and distorting until she could no longer distinguish reality from illusion. Determined to find closure, Emily delved into the history of the Blackwood family, scouring old records and dusty archives for any clue that might shed light on the mysteries of Whispering Manor. But the more she uncovered, the deeper the rabbit hole seemed to go, until she found herself consumed by obsession. Months passed, and Emily's quest became an all-encompassing obsession, driving her to the brink of madness. She neglected her friends and family, losing herself in the labyrinthine corridors of the past until she could no longer remember who she was or where she came from. But just when it seemed that all hope was lost, Emily stumbled upon a revelation that would change everything. Buried deep within the archives of the village library, she found a forgotten journal belonging to Lady Blackwood herself, chronicling the events leading up to that tragic night so many years ago. As Emily pored over the pages of the journal, she uncovered the truth behind the fire that had consumed Whispering Manor and claimed the lives of the Blackwood family. It was not an accident, as the villagers had believed, but a deliberate act of arson fueled by jealousy and betrayal. With this newfound knowledge in hand, Emily returned to Whispering Manor one final time, determined to confront the ghosts of the past and lay them to rest once and for all. As she stood before the charred remains of the mansion, she whispered a silent prayer for forgiveness, hoping that the souls trapped within its walls might finally find peace. And in that moment, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the shadows lengthened across the deserted grounds, Emily felt a sense of closure wash over her like a cleansing tide. For she knew that while the scars of the past could never be erased, they could be healed, and that sometimes, the greatest ghosts we face are the ones that dwell within ourselves. With a heavy heart and a newfound sense of understanding, Emily left Whispering Manor behind, its secrets laid bare at last. As she walked away from the haunted mansion, she felt a weight lift from her shoulders, as if a burden she had carried for so long had finally been lifted. Returning to the village, Emily began to piece her life back together, reconciling with those she had neglected in her quest for answers. She shared the story of the Blackwood family with the villagers, hoping to dispel the lingering fear and superstition that had surrounded Whispering Manor for so long. Slowly but surely, the village began to heal, its inhabitants finding solace in the knowledge that the ghosts of the past had been laid to rest. And though Whispering Manor remained standing, its dark halls silent and empty, it no longer held the same power over the hearts and minds of those who lived nearby. Years passed, and Emily grew older, the memories of her time at Whispering Manor fading like the echoes of a distant dream. Yet, she never forgot the lessons she had learned within its haunted halls: the importance of forgiveness, the strength of compassion, and the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome even the darkest of shadows. And as she looked back on her journey, Emily realized that sometimes, the greatest adventures are not found in the far corners of the world, but in the hidden recesses of our own hearts, where the ghosts of the past await to be discovered and set free. In the heart of the sprawling countryside lay a village steeped in history and mystery. Nestled among the rolling hills and verdant forests stood Whispering Manor, an imposing structure shrouded in tales of tragedy and terror. Its towering spires and weathered facade cast a long shadow over the surrounding landscape, its dark windows like empty eyes peering out into the world. Whispering Manor had stood for centuries, its origins lost to the mists of time. Some said it was built by a wealthy merchant seeking refuge from the chaos of the outside world, while others whispered of darker, more sinister origins. But one thing was certain: the mansion held secrets that few dared to uncover. Generations of villagers had grown up hearing stories of the haunted halls of Whispering Manor. They spoke of ghostly apparitions that roamed its corridors at night, of strange noises that echoed through its empty rooms, and of a curse that had plagued the mansion since time immemorial. Despite the warnings, there were always those brave or foolish enough to venture into the depths of Whispering Manor, drawn by the allure of its mysteries. Some sought to unravel the truth behind its haunted reputation, while others simply sought adventure in the face of danger. One such adventurer was William, a young man with a thirst for knowledge and a reckless streak that often landed him in trouble. Born and raised in the village, William had grown up listening to tales of Whispering Manor and had always been intrigued by the mysteries that surrounded it. Determined to uncover the truth, William embarked on a quest to explore the depths of Whispering Manor, armed with nothing but a lantern and his wits. As he crossed the threshold into the darkened halls of the mansion, he felt a chill run down his spine, as though he were being watched by unseen eyes. Undeterred, William pressed on, his footsteps echoing off the ancient stone floors as he ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion. The air grew colder with each step, and a sense of unease settled over him like a heavy cloak. Suddenly, he heard a faint whispering sound, barely audible above the rustling of the wind outside. It seemed to come from all around him, filling the air with a sense of foreboding. William strained to make out the words, but they were lost in the darkness, elusive and haunting. As he continued his exploration, William stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into the depths of the mansion. Intrigued, he descended into the darkness below, his lantern casting long shadows on the walls. What he found at the bottom of the staircase took his breath away: a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and forgotten treasures, each one more mysterious than the last. It was as though he had stumbled upon a lost world hidden beneath the surface of Whispering Manor, a secret realm untouched by time. But as William explored the chamber, he began to sense that he was not alone. Shadows danced in the corners of his vision, and strange noises echoed through the darkness, sending shivers down his spine. Then, suddenly, he heard a voice, soft and melodic, yet filled with a sorrow that pierced his heart. It spoke of love lost and secrets buried, of a family torn apart by betrayal and greed. Intrigued, William followed the sound of the voice deeper into the chamber, until he came upon a hidden alcove concealed behind a tapestry. There, illuminated by the flickering light of his lantern, stood a portrait faded and worn with age, but unmistakably beautiful. It was a portrait of a young woman with piercing blue eyes and a haunting smile, her features frozen in time for all eternity. As William gazed upon her face, he felt a strange sense of connection, as though he had known her in another life. And then, as if in a trance, he heard her voice once more, whispering secrets that had long been forgotten. She spoke of forbidden love and tragic loss, of a curse that had haunted her family for generations, and of a desperate quest for redemption. As William listened, he felt a surge of compassion for the young woman trapped within the confines of the portrait. He vowed to uncover the truth behind her story, to free her from the prison of Whispering Manor and grant her the peace she so desperately sought. With newfound determination, William set out to unravel the mysteries of Whispering Manor, piecing together clues and following hidden passageways that led him ever closer to the truth. Along the way, he encountered strange symbols and cryptic messages, each one a piece of the puzzle that had eluded him for so long. But as he delved deeper into the secrets of the mansion, William soon discovered that some truths were too dark to bear. He uncovered tales of betrayal and treachery, of dark deeds done in the dead of night, and of a curse that had doomed the Blackwood family to a fate worse than death. Haunted by what he had learned, William vowed to break the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for centuries, to free the spirits trapped within its walls and bring peace to the restless souls that dwelled there. Armed with his newfound knowledge and a sense of purpose, William embarked on a daring quest to confront the darkness that lurked within Whispering Manor once and for all. With each step, he felt the weight of centuries of sorrow and suffering pressing down upon him, but he refused to be deterred. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, William reached the heart of the mansion, a hidden chamber concealed deep within its labyrinthine corridors. There, surrounded by the echoes of the past, he came face to face with the source of the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long. It was a specter, a ghostly apparition with eyes as black as midnight and a voice that chilled the very marrow of his bones. It spoke of vengeance and despair, of a soul consumed by hatred and rage, and of a curse that could never be broken. But William refused to surrender to the darkness. With courage born of desperation, he confronted the specter head-on, wielding the knowledge he had gained on his journey like a shield against the forces of evil. And then, in a blinding flash of light, the curse was broken, and Whispering Manor was freed from its grip. The specter vanished into the ether, its anguished cries echoing through the empty halls as the darkness receded. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, William emerged from the depths of Whispering Manor, his heart heavy with sorrow but his spirit light with hope. For he knew that although the mansion would always bear the scars of its haunted past, it was no longer a prison for the souls trapped within its walls. And as he looked out over the village, bathed in the soft glow of morning, William knew that he had done something truly extraordinary. He had brought light to the darkness, and peace to the restless dead. From that day forth, Whispering Manor stood not as a monument to fear and despair, but as a testament to the power of courage and compassion. And though its halls would always be haunted by the echoes of the past, they would also be filled with the promise of a brighter future, where hope triumphed over despair and love conquered all. As whispers of William's brave deeds spread throughout the village, he became a local hero, revered for his courage and selflessness in confronting the darkness that had long plagued Whispering Manor. The villagers, once fearful of the mansion's ominous presence, now saw it in a new light as a symbol of resilience and redemption. Inspired by William's example, the villagers came together to restore Whispering Manor to its former glory, transforming it from a decrepit ruin into a beacon of hope for the community. They repaired the crumbling walls, tended to the overgrown gardens, and filled the mansion with laughter and life once more. As the years passed, Whispering Manor became a gathering place for the villagers, hosting festivals and celebrations that brought joy to all who attended. Children played in the sun-dappled courtyards, couples exchanged vows beneath the ancient oak tree, and musicians filled the halls with music that echoed long into the night. But amid the laughter and merriment, there were whispers of the past that refused to be silenced. Some claimed to hear the ghostly whispers of the Blackwood family echoing through the halls at night, while others swore they saw shadows moving in the darkness, as if the spirits of the past still lingered within the mansion's walls. Yet, for the most part, the villagers paid these tales little heed, content to bask in the newfound sense of peace that had settled over Whispering Manor. And though William had long since passed into legend, his memory lived on in the hearts of those who called the village home. Then, one stormy night, as lightning illuminated the sky and thunder rumbled in the distance, a young girl named Anna stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within Whispering Manor. Intrigued by tales of the mansion's haunted past, she had ventured into its depths in search of adventure, unaware of the darkness that lurked within. As Anna explored the chamber, she felt a strange sense of unease settle over her, as though she were being watched by unseen eyes. Shadows danced in the flickering candlelight, and a chill ran down her spine, sending shivers of fear coursing through her veins. And then, in the darkness, she heard a soft, melodic voice, filled with a sorrow that pierced her heart. It spoke of love lost and secrets buried, of a curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for generations, and of a desperate plea for redemption. Terrified yet strangely compelled, Anna followed the sound of the voice deeper into the chamber, until she came upon a hidden alcove concealed behind a tapestry. There, illuminated by the faint glow of a candle, stood a portrait faded and worn with age, but unmistakably beautiful. It was a portrait of a young woman with piercing blue eyes and a haunting smile, her features frozen in time for all eternity. And as Anna gazed upon her face, she felt a strange sense of familiarity, as though she had known her in another life. Then, as if in a trance, she heard the voice once more, whispering secrets that had long been forgotten. She spoke of forbidden love and tragic loss, of a curse that had haunted her family for generations, and of a desperate quest for redemption. Haunted by what she had learned, Anna vowed to uncover the truth behind the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long, to free the spirits trapped within its walls and bring peace to the restless souls that dwelled there. Armed with courage and determination, Anna set out to unravel the mysteries of Whispering Manor, piecing together clues and following hidden passageways that led her ever closer to the truth. Along the way, she encountered strange symbols and cryptic messages, each one a piece of the puzzle that had eluded her for so long. But as she delved deeper into the secrets of the mansion, Anna soon discovered that some truths were too dark to bear. She uncovered tales of betrayal and treachery, of dark deeds done in the dead of night, and of a curse that could never be broken. Undeterred, Anna pressed on, her resolve unwavering in the face of danger. For she knew that only by confronting the darkness head-on could she hope to bring an end to the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long. And so, armed with nothing but her courage and the knowledge she had gained on her journey, Anna ventured into the heart of the mansion, determined to confront the source of the curse once and for all. What she found there would change her life forever, and bring an end to the darkness that had haunted Whispering Manor for centuries. But that is a tale for another time, one that will be whispered in the halls of the mansion for generations to come. As Anna ventured deeper into the heart of Whispering Manor, she felt the weight of centuries of sorrow and suffering pressing down upon her. The air grew heavy with the scent of dust and decay, and shadows danced on the walls like specters of the past. As she rounded a corner, Anna stumbled upon a grand chamber, its walls lined with shelves filled with dusty tomes and ancient artifacts. The room seemed frozen in time, untouched by the passage of centuries, and Anna felt a sense of awe and trepidation wash over her. But amid the grandeur, there was something else, a presence, dark and malevolent, lurking in the shadows. Anna felt its icy grip tighten around her heart, filling her with a sense of dread unlike anything she had ever known. Then, suddenly, the room was plunged into darkness, as if the very light had been snuffed out by some unseen force. Anna's heart raced as she fumbled for her lantern, her hands shaking with fear as she struggled to reignite the flame. And then, from the darkness, came a voice cold and cruel, filled with a hatred that chilled Anna to the bone. It spoke of vengeance and despair, of a curse that could never be broken, and of a fate worse than death. Terrified yet defiant, Anna stood her ground, her resolve unshaken by the darkness that surrounded her. For she knew that only by facing her fears head-on could she hope to bring an end to the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long. With trembling hands, Anna reached into her bag and pulled out a small vial of liquid silver, its shimmering surface reflecting the flickering light of her lantern. As she uncorked the vial, a soft glow filled the room, pushing back the darkness and revealing the true nature of the curse that had haunted Whispering Manor for centuries. It was a curse born of jealousy and greed, a dark pact made by a desperate soul seeking power at any cost. And at its center stood the specter of Lord Blackwood, his eyes burning with a malevolent fury that sent shivers down Anna's spine. But Anna refused to be intimidated by the darkness that surrounded her. With a steady hand and a heart full of courage, she raised the vial of liquid silver high above her head and spoke the words of a forgotten incantation, calling upon the ancient magic of the land to banish the curse once and for all. As the words echoed through the chamber, Anna felt a surge of power course through her veins, as if the very earth itself had answered her call. The darkness recoiled, its hold over Whispering Manor weakening with each passing moment, until at last, it was banished from the mansion forever. In the soft glow of her lantern, Anna watched as the shadows retreated, revealing the true beauty of Whispering Manor in all its splendor. The walls seemed to shimmer with new life, and a sense of peace settled over the chamber like a warm embrace. And then, from the darkness, emerged the spirits of the Blackwood family, no longer trapped by the curse that had bound them for so long, but free to roam the halls of Whispering Manor once more. Their faces were filled with gratitude and relief, their eyes shining with a light that had long been extinguished. As Anna stood amidst the spirits of the past, she felt a sense of fulfillment unlike anything she had ever known. For she had not only freed Whispering Manor from the darkness that had plagued it for centuries, but she had also brought peace to the restless souls that dwelled within its walls. And as she emerged from the depths of the mansion, her heart light with joy and her spirit filled with hope, Anna knew that her journey was far from over. For there were still mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and adventures waiting to be had, in a world filled with magic and wonder beyond imagination. In the picturesque countryside of England, nestled among rolling hills and ancient forests, there stood a mansion whose name alone sent shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls, Whispering Manor. Its towering spires and ivy-covered walls cast a dark shadow over the surrounding landscape, and its reputation as one of the most haunted houses in the country had been solidified for centuries. Whispering Manor had a long and storied history, dating back to the 17th century when it was first built by the enigmatic Lord Edgar Blackwood. Tales of tragedy and terror had plagued the mansion since its inception, with rumors of curses, ghostly apparitions, and unspeakable horrors haunting its halls. The legend of Whispering Manor began with Lord Blackwood himself, a man shrouded in mystery and rumor. Some said he was a warlock who dabbled in dark magic, while others claimed he had made a pact with the devil to ensure his family's prosperity for generations to come. But regardless of the truth, one thing was certain: Lord Blackwood's legacy was one of darkness and despair. The mansion he had built with such grandeur had become a prison for the souls trapped within its walls, condemned to an eternity of torment and suffering. Generations of the Blackwood family had come and gone, each one adding to the mansion's grim legacy. But none had suffered as greatly as Lady Eleanor Blackwood, a young bride whose life had been cut tragically short by a mysterious illness that swept through the village. It was said that Lady Eleanor's spirit still wandered the halls of Whispering Manor, her mournful cries echoing through the empty corridors in search of peace. Some claimed to have seen her ghostly figure flitting through the shadows, her pale face twisted in anguish as she searched for release from her eternal torment. As the years passed, Whispering Manor fell into disrepair, its once grand halls now crumbling and decayed. Most villagers avoided the mansion altogether, believing it to be cursed, but there were always those who dared to venture inside, drawn by the allure of its dark secrets. One such adventurer was Thomas Sinclair, a young scholar with a keen interest in the occult and the supernatural. Armed with a thirst for knowledge and a sense of curiosity that bordered on obsession, Thomas embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the mysteries of Whispering Manor. His journey began innocently enough, with late-night visits to the village library in search of clues and cryptic messages hidden within dusty tomes and ancient manuscripts. But as he delved deeper into the mansion's history, Thomas soon realized that he was treading on dangerous ground. Whispers of his investigations reached the ears of the villagers, who warned him to stay away from Whispering Manor lest he suffer the same fate as those who had come before him. But Thomas was undeterred, his determination fueled by a desire to uncover the truth no matter the cost. Armed with nothing but his wits and a lantern to guide his way, Thomas ventured into the depths of Whispering Manor, his heart pounding with excitement and fear. As he crossed the threshold into the darkened halls, he felt a chill run down his spine, as though he were being watched by unseen eyes. Undeterred by the eerie atmosphere, Thomas pressed on, his footsteps echoing off the ancient stone floors as he ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion. The air grew colder with each step, and a sense of unease settled over him like a heavy shroud. Suddenly, he heard a faint whispering sound, barely audible above the rustling of the wind outside. It seemed to come from all around him, filling the air with a sense of foreboding. Thomas strained to make out the words, but they were lost in the darkness, elusive and haunting. As he continued his exploration, Thomas stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into the depths of the mansion. Intrigued, he descended into the darkness below, his lantern casting long shadows on the walls. What he found at the bottom of the staircase took his breath away: a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and forgotten treasures, each one more mysterious than the last. It was as though he had stumbled upon a lost world hidden beneath the surface of Whispering Manor, a secret realm untouched by time. But as Thomas explored the chamber, he began to sense that he was not alone. Shadows seemed to coil around him, and strange noises echoed through the darkness, sending shivers down his spine. Then, suddenly, he heard a voice, soft and melodic, yet filled with a sorrow that pierced his heart. It spoke of love lost and secrets buried, of a family torn apart by betrayal and greed. Intrigued, Thomas followed the sound of the voice deeper into the chamber, until he came upon a hidden alcove concealed behind a tapestry. There, illuminated by the flickering light of his lantern, stood a portrait faded and worn with age, but unmistakably beautiful. It was a portrait of Lady Eleanor Blackwood herself, her features hauntingly familiar yet tinged with an otherworldly beauty. As Thomas gazed upon her face, he felt a strange sense of connection, as though he had known her in another life. And then, as if in a trance, he heard her voice once more, whispering secrets that had long been forgotten. She spoke of forbidden love and tragic loss, of a curse that had haunted her family for generations, and of a desperate quest for redemption. Haunted by what he had learned, Thomas vowed to uncover the truth behind the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long, to free the spirits trapped within its walls and bring peace to the restless souls that dwelled there. With newfound determination, Thomas set out to unravel the mysteries of Whispering Manor, piecing together clues and following hidden passageways that led him ever closer to the truth. Along the way, he encountered strange symbols and cryptic messages, each one a piece of the puzzle that had eluded him for so long. But as he delved deeper into the secrets of the mansion, Thomas soon discovered that some truths were too dark to bear. He uncovered tales of betrayal and treachery, of dark deeds done in the dead of night, and of a curse that could never be broken. Undeterred, Thomas pressed on, his resolve unwavering in the face of danger. For he knew that only by confronting the darkness head-on could he hope to bring an end to the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long. And so, armed with nothing but his courage and the knowledge he had gained on his journey, Thomas ventured into the heart of the mansion, determined to confront the source of the curse once and for all. What he found there would change his life forever, and bring an end to the darkness that had haunted Whispering Manor for centuries. But that is a tale for another time, one that will be whispered in the halls of the mansion for generations to come. Thomas Sinclair stood at the threshold of the grand chamber, his heart pounding with anticipation and trepidation. Before him lay the culmination of his journey, the heart of Whispering Manor, where the darkest secrets of its past were said to reside. With a deep breath, Thomas stepped forward into the chamber, his lantern casting flickering shadows on the ancient walls. The air was heavy with the weight of centuries, and he felt as though he were walking through the pages of history itself. As he moved deeper into the chamber, Thomas became aware of a presence watching him, a malevolent force that seemed to coil around him like a serpent. He could feel its icy gaze upon him, probing his thoughts and emotions with a sinister intent. Undeterred, Thomas pressed on, his resolve unwavering in the face of danger. He knew that he was close to uncovering the truth behind the curse that had plagued Whispering Manor for so long, and he would not rest until he had banished the darkness once and for all. Suddenly, the chamber was filled with an otherworldly light, as though the very air itself had come alive with magic. Thomas shielded his eyes against the brightness, blinking away spots as he tried to make sense of what he was seeing. And then, from the depths of the chamber, emerged the specter of Lord Edgar Blackwood himself, his form twisted and contorted by centuries of rage and despair. His eyes blazed with an unholy fire as he fixed his gaze upon Thomas, his voice a cold whisper that echoed through the chamber. "Who dares to disturb the slumber of the dead?" Lord Blackwood's voice was like ice, sending a chill down Thomas's spine. "I am Thomas Sinclair," he replied, his voice steady despite the fear that gripped his heart. "I have come to uncover the truth behind the curse that has plagued Whispering Manor for so long." Lord Blackwood's spectral form seemed to waver for a moment, as though considering Thomas's words. Then, with a cruel smile, he spoke again. "You seek answers, do you? Answers that will cost you dearly, mortal." Thomas stood his ground, his resolve unshaken by the specter's threats. "I will pay whatever price is necessary to bring peace to the souls trapped within these walls," he declared. With a wave of his hand, Lord Blackwood summoned forth the spirits of his ancestors, their ghostly forms swirling around him like a dark cloud. "Then so be it," he hissed, his voice filled with malice. "But know this: the curse that binds Whispering Manor is as old as time itself, and it will not be broken easily." Undeterred, Thomas raised his lantern high, its light casting a warm glow that pushed back the darkness. With a steady hand, he recited the words of an ancient incantation, calling upon the power of the earth and sky to aid him in his quest. As he spoke, he could feel the energy building around him, a palpable force that seemed to push against the darkness with every word. And then, with a blinding flash of light, the curse was broken, and Whispering Manor was freed from its grip. The specter of Lord Blackwood let out a howl of rage as he and his ancestors were banished from the chamber, their forms dissipating into the ether like smoke in the wind. And in their place stood Lady Eleanor Blackwood, her spirit radiant with gratitude and relief. "Thank you, Thomas," she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. "You have freed us from our torment, and for that, we are eternally grateful." With a sense of awe and wonder, Thomas watched as the spirits of the Blackwood family faded into the light, their voices echoing in the chamber like a choir of angels. And as he emerged from Whispering Manor, his heart light with joy and his spirit filled with hope, he knew that he had done something truly extraordinary. He had brought peace to the restless dead, and reclaimed the legacy of Whispering Manor from the darkness that had plagued it for so long. From that day forth, the mansion stood as a testament to the power of courage and compassion, its halls filled not with fear and despair, but with laughter and light. And though whispers of its haunted past would linger for generations to come, they would serve as a reminder of the triumph of good over evil, and the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome even the darkest of shadows. With the curse finally broken and peace restored to Whispering Manor, Thomas Sinclair emerged from the ancient mansion feeling a sense of fulfillment unlike anything he had ever experienced. The weight of centuries of darkness had been lifted, replaced by a newfound lightness in his heart. As he stepped out into the cool night air, Thomas found himself bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight, his mind reeling from the magnitude of what he had accomplished. He knew that his journey was far from over, but for now, he allowed himself a moment of quiet reflection, savoring the peace that had eluded Whispering Manor for so long. Word of Thomas's heroic deeds spread quickly throughout the village, and soon he was hailed as a local hero, revered for his bravery and selflessness in confronting the darkness that had plagued Whispering Manor for centuries. Villagers came from far and wide to thank him for his efforts, their gratitude palpable in the air. But Thomas remained humble, knowing that he could not have succeeded without the support of those who had believed in him. He thanked the villagers for their kindness and generosity, and vowed to continue his quest to uncover the mysteries of the world around him. In the days that followed, Thomas devoted himself to exploring the hidden corners of Whispering Manor, uncovering long-forgotten secrets and lost treasures that shed new light on its storied past. With each discovery, he felt a sense of wonder and awe, as though he were unlocking the mysteries of the universe itself. But amid the excitement of his adventures, Thomas never forgot the lessons he had learned within the haunted halls of Whispering Manor. He carried the memory of Lady Eleanor Blackwood and her family with him wherever he went, vowing to honor their legacy by living a life of compassion and kindness. As the years passed, Whispering Manor underwent a remarkable transformation, its once dilapidated halls restored to their former glory by a team of dedicated volunteers. The mansion became a gathering place for the villagers once more, hosting festivals and celebrations that brought joy to all who attended. And though whispers of its haunted past still lingered in the air, they were no longer tinged with fear and despair, but with a sense of wonder and reverence for the spirits that had once called Whispering Manor home. As for Thomas Sinclair, he continued his adventures far and wide, traveling to distant lands in search of new mysteries to uncover and new challenges to overcome. But no matter where his travels took him, Whispering Manor would always hold a special place in his heart, a reminder of the courage and compassion that had led him to greatness. And so, as the sun set on another day in the village, Thomas stood before the gates of Whispering Manor, his heart full of gratitude and his spirit filled with hope. For he knew that no matter what the future held, he would always carry the memory of his time within its haunted halls, and the legacy of the Blackwood family, with him wherever he went.